Class is in session. MLB hitting the book show Thursday, July the 3rd. Ian Cameron and Connor Mack with you, ready to break down this Thursday MLB card. And, to say it's been a great run in baseball for both of us, it would be an understatement. I mean, it's been really, really good. Great to see the work paying off in the results. There's no question about that. Just me alone here. I mean, on all the platforms, 39-18 run on Dub Club, 43-18 run on SoBet, 19-8 run on OddsShopper. CMAC is having a great June and July as well. I mean, it's just been an absolutely terrific run. Almost at the point now where it's going so well for the two of us, where you don't want the All-Star break to get here, in a couple of weeks. You just want them to keep playing. But that will be on the horizon, as the All-Star break will be here after next Sunday. But yeah, it's certainly been a great run in baseball, and let's see if we can add to it here tonight on this MLB slate. Let's get into it. We will begin with the Detroit Tigers and the Washington Nationals. Boy, there's a lot of 4-game series this week in Major League Baseball. It's why there's more games on a Thursday night than normal. A lot of these series are going 4 games, including this one with Detroit and Washington. I've got Dietrich Enns here for the Tigers on the mound, and Irvin on the mound for the Nationals. Detroit minus 140, road favorites, 9.5. The total here in this game. Warm night. This one I could see maybe being up and over the total. Enns actually hasn't been that bad. We'll see if the Nationals are able to do some damage against him. I think Detroit's certainly swinging a hot bat right now. They can certainly have their success against Irvin here for the Nationals. Not someone I'm fully ready to trust as of yet. So for me in this one, I went over the total of 9.5. Sidewise, I passed. I mean, Detroit's obviously the better team. It's cheap enough at minus 140, I guess, to back them. But I prefer the total in this game because I do think Washington might be able to contribute a little bit. CMAC, what do you think here? Detroit, Washington.
Yeah, I just kept going back to it. I think this gets over the 9.5. Just trying to find anyway. Like, I think Irvin, if he's all right, I think he still gives up 3 or 4 in this game. And I think the Nats can get to him. I like the Nats lineup, at least the first 5 or 6. I like Rosario. Look at him. He only plays versus lefties. He just hits lefties, and he's hitting third. I look to him. Lowe had a better in that game, too, where the Nats scored 9 runs. But, yeah, I just think it gets over here.
All right, we got the Yankees and the Blue Jays, and my gosh, New York cannot wait for this series to end. They can't end fast enough for them right now. Clark Schmidt for the Yankees taking on Chris Bassett for the Blue Jays. We've got the Yanks minus 130, road favorites, 8.5, the total in this game. Every game I've been on Blue Jays team total over Blue Jays money line as a dog in every game, by the way, in the first 3 games of this series, and they've cashed and won all 3 games. There's absolutely no way I'm laying a price with the Yankees right now. That being said, I am not as bullish on backing Toronto tonight as I've been the first 3 nights because Bassett on the mound is not someone I'm trusting. He got bombed the last time he was up on the mound against Boston. Didn't even get past the 2nd inning. And that's a problem in particular tonight because the Blue Jays bullpen is depleted. They've had a lot of their premium relievers and key relievers pitch multiple times in this series. And it's a very short-staffed bullpen tonight. And if Bassett can't give them innings, can't give them length, it could be a big-time problem here for the Jays. Clark Schmidt obviously has pitched pretty solid for the New York Yankees, but even to a lesser extent, not as bad the situation as it is for the Jays, but the Yankee bullpen's not in the greatest of shape either. They've had to use multiple relievers. Their lefty, Tim Hill, Ian Hamilton, Devin Williams, their closer, had to come in last night. As Loizaga going to be? I mean, they've got question marks on the bullpen as well tonight for the New York Yankees. So I just bet over again more than anything. I lean Jays. I like the total more, though. I think New York, we saw their offense spring to life. They had that big inning against Barrios, and they hit that Jays bullpen, got erased that 8-0 deficit, tied it up at 9. They're swinging in good form right now. The bullpens are very, very vulnerable tonight with just, the depletion on both sides. So if you don't get the runs early, you probably get them late. CMAC, what do you think here, Yankees, Jays?
Yeah, when I was looking at this, I'm like, because I think the game could be tighter, but I can't take the under. Like I think there just could be runs with the Pens. I don't trust the pitchers. I think Schmidt maybe could be it, and I don't trust Bassett a little bit. And the Yankees have stacked their lineup here with lefties. I just put it out. I'm on Bellinger here. RBI plus 157 is homers plus 500.
Yeah, I
lefties
like that.
have owned him. Well, he's in the 4-hole, so I went with him. But I think Rice and Chisholm, I like that as well. Rice had a couple hits. But going through these stats, and then of course you have Judge. The first 4 out of the 5 will be lefties. But again, they're at 287 this year. Last year, lefties hit 305 with 14 homers. In 2023, they hit 265, a little less, but 21 of the 28 homers he gave up were the lefties. So I think he could get hit a little bit here by the Yankees.
C-Mac, I'm just going to throw it to you with this next game because I got nothing on it. It's a clear pass for me. Brewers and Mets. Mets minus 150, home favorites, 8.5 the total. At this price, it's Brewers or pass. I can't lay minus 150 with the Mets. That being said, David Peterson, man, I know he got roughed up the last couple starts, but go look at every start he's had at Citi Field this year. He's been lights out. He's been a different pitcher at home. He's been excellent, in fact, at home. And I don't know if I want to go in front of that. So this is a clear pass for me, stay away game. C-Mac, what do you think here?
Yeah, I can't take the Mets. I mean, this could be a game I think they could win. But I think both pitchers are good here. I think this game's an under. I think Quintana could be Peterson, I like kind of after the bad starts. He got ripped by the Dodgers, and then the Pirates kind of took me. Had kind of one bad inning. I think it was the 5th. I was watching that game. So one spot, where he's been dominant has been at home. So I just think it's a low-scoring game. And we'll see. Mets have been better at home, but I still don't trust them at this price. I'd lean Brewers. A few guys. Rhys Hoskins was to get one here, 7 for 16 with a couple homers. Tough for him. Swing and miss type guy, but has some good numbers if you're looking for a guy there. Hoskins.
Yeah, no doubt. Rhys Hoskins definitely for the Brewers had a solid year for them. All right, Angels and Braves. We've got Yoel Soriano for the Angels, Bryce Elder for the Braves. Atlanta minus 150, home favorites, 9 the total in this game. This one I could make a case that there's runs. Yoel Soriano's definitely had a big downgrade in his performance home versus road this season. At Angel Stadium, he's been definitely more good than bad, but he's had some rough games on the road. The Red Sox game stands out as one of those. He did shut down the Yankees and shut him out in 7 innings at Yankee Stadium, but the Yankees were not hitting a fucking lick at that time. So you have to keep that in mind with how Soriano pitched against them. And the last time we saw him at Angel Stadium, where he has pitched very well, he got bombed by the Nationals of all teams. 8 runs, 9 hits in just 4 innings. Atlanta, you look at them in this series, they scored 8 runs last night in the 8-3 win. It's been weird with them where they've been shut out 3 times in the last 6 games. And then there's games where they've scored 6 and 8. So it's kind of feast or famine. You don't know what you're going to get from Atlanta. I think they can do some damage here. Elder's been terrible. This is the Bryce Elder I know. He's finally showing up here. The last 3 starts for him against the Rockies, the Marlins, and the Phillies, he has given up 19 runs. That's 19 runs, 25 hits in just 11 innings. Think about that. 19 runs, 25 hits in 11 innings. He's basically giving up close to over 2 hits per inning average in his last 11 innings of work. That's horrible right now for Bryce Elder. So that's an over 9 for me here between these two teams. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, there's no way Braves got it done. Big inning, doing nothing again. After getting shut out the day before, and they put 7 runs there in the 6th inning, I think it was. Olsen at the grand slam. Soriano, the last couple years, has been way better on the road. 2.74 he was last year, and he's been better here. And I think he's a lot better than this last start where he just got lit up by the Nats in that game. That was that series. There's a bunch of runs there. Angels, Nats. So I think he's better. Elder's a little bit of a question mark tonight, but I think he could be all right. I think it's Angels though. I think the value's with them at this price.
I would agree. I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little bit leery of Soriano, but I agree. I would take the Angels before laying minus 150 here with the Braves. No question. No question about that. All right, Guardians and the Cubs. We've got Cantillo, the lefty here on the mound. Josh Cantillo for the Guardians. Cade Horton for the Cubs. Cubs minus 140, home favorites, 8.5 the total. Do I want to trust the Guardians offense at all? They did actually score 4 runs last night, which I guess is good for them right now. Because Cade Horton has been crushed here 2 starts in a row against Seattle and Houston. 13 runs in his last 9 innings. So not good out of Cade Horton, but can Cleveland take advantage of that? Joey Cantillo, meanwhile, for Cleveland, he's making his first start here for this struggling Guardians team that is just in a bad way right now. 6-game losing streak. They've scored just 12 runs, by the way, in those 6 games. So they're averaging 2 runs per game during this 6-game losing streak. That's not what you want to see. I've been on Cubs minus 1 and team total, I think, in every game so far in this series. And it's cashed so far in the first 2 games. They scored 5 runs. They went over their team total in both games. And while the first game they cashed the minus 1 run line, it was a push on it last night with the 5-4 win. Tonight I'm just on the Cubs team total over. I'm not on the run line. Just the team total over 4.5 here is what you can find on that at a nice plus price. I think there's a decent chance they can get to that 5-run mark once again tonight in this game against Cantillo. Not to mention, not only has the Guardians bullpen not been as effective lately, they've also been overworked lately, and that's a problem as well. So Cubs team total, I'm going back to it, over 4.5. I believe CMAC is on the same page as me, but just going about it in a slightly different way. What do you think here, Guardians, Cubs?
Yeah, I mean, the Cubs team total, it's plus 115, first 5. This is weird. This line, money's all on the Cubs, and it's shrunk here a little bit, not a ton. So maybe Cleveland's into it. I tried to middle it a little bit yesterday. Cubs, their team total, and the Guardians. I think Guardians got luck. Even though I gave up a couple solo homers, and then of course they tack on that late run with the sac fly in the ninth. But other than that, it was their offense didn't fucking do anything. I think Cantillo, they used a question mark in this game. He could be all right and give. I think he just goes 4 or 5, but I think the Cubs get to him here a little bit. Tucker, Suzuki, Armstrong, Swanson. Look for them here tonight.
All right. Next up, as we continue along here on this Thursday, we're to the late night affairs now. San Francisco and Arizona. Robbie Ray, the lefty for the Giants, and Brandon Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks. San Francisco minus 125 road favorites, 8.5 being the total here in this game. Robbie Ray for, I'll be honest, Robbie Ray for the most part, not a lot to complain about. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Still does give up home runs. He's given up 3 in his last 2. That's always going to be a thing with Robbie Ray. You got to keep the ball in the yard. He doesn't always do that, but he does get strikeouts. He's minimized the damage. He's given up 3 runs or less in 3 of his 5 starts. We'll see if he can fare well here tonight against Arizona. Brandon Pfaadt has had a very trying season. 6.26 ERA just the last 5 starts alone. 5.44 ERA overall. I guess by his standards, he's had a tough go of it. It was a little bit of a better start last time against Miami, but still, he only went 5 innings. He only goes 5 innings. That's the problem now. You're not getting any length whatsoever out of Brandon Pfaadt. He's going 5 runs max. He's not given up fewer than 3 runs in most of these starts. It's leaving this Arizona bullpen overworked. There's no question, and it's a bullpen that struggled. Both bullpens have struggled. We've talked about this all series long. In the last 10 games, the Giants have a 6.19 bullpen ERA, and the Diamondbacks have a 5.08 bullpen ERA. Neither one is very good. So I like the over again here with these 2 teams, just like last night where it went up and over the number. At this price, I think you can make a case for San Francisco. It's cheap enough. I mean, I'm just not looking to back Pfaadt right now for Arizona at this point in time. So San Francisco would be the side for me in this one. What do you think here, CMAC, San Fran, Zona?
Yeah, Jay Maine. I mean, I said that. It just moved a little bit, so I agree. Open 150, it's come down to 130. So, like I said, it shrunk a little bit, all the Cubs money. So definitely Guardians could be live. But, Yeah, you talked about the bullpen. I mean, they come back, hit the two-run bomb Marte, and then still lose the game. It's like, oof. One thing with Robbie Ray, you talked about giving up the long ball. He hasn't been too bad. Only one start, I think, this year where he's had 3 walks. I mean, if he can do that, that's another problem because he's a guy that can walk 5 or 6 guys. It's like, and he really hasn't had one of those horrible road starts that I think it might be coming soon. I think this is back over. This gets over somehow. Just in the end, maybe not right away. We talked about the bullpens. So this one, I haven't bet this at all. And I think the D-backs here, it's tough because I've been just fading Brandon Pfaadt as much as I can when I can. Early on he was pretty good, and he's got some really good stuff, but it's been tough, and he's got a problem with the long ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might be late here. I take the D-backs somehow live or jump on an over something in this game.
All right, Royals and Mariners, Seth Lugo, Logan Evans, the pitching matchup here. Seattle -120, home favorites, 7.5 the total in this game. The line has moved quite a bit, but I'm part of it. I thought that number was just a little too pricey initially on Seattle. In a series where, look, they won the first game against Kansas City 6-2. They lost the second game. They barely won last night 3-2. It's been a close series. It's been a competitive series between these two teams. And just with Lugo in the form he's in, I thought they were definitely there was some value with Kansas City here. First 5 full game money line split here for me with the Royals. Now it's come down to even money now. A lot of the value has been taken out of it, but I still lean Kansas City. Lugo's been very good. He's given up just 2 runs in his last 22 innings. You can't really complain too much about that. He's faced the Dodgers, the Padres, Yankees, Texas. That's not a terrible quartet of lineups, and he's still only given up 2 runs here in that 22 inning span. So Seth Lugo, the old man, he's been pitching well here for the Kansas City Royals. Meanwhile, Logan Evans is going to get the opportunity here for the Mariners. He's kind of been a little more shaky the last few. I mean, he's had a couple of good starts early on, but the White Sox hit him pretty good for 4 runs in 6 innings, 4 runs in 5 innings the last time he pitched against Arizona. So he's been a little bit more hittable lately, Logan Evans. So bottom line is, when it opened +130, I got in at, I think, +115 or so. I thought it was a good price on Kansas City. I still lean that way. C-Mac, what do you think? Royals, Mariners.
Yeah, I'm off this game. But this is under or nothing. I don't trust both these offenses. I think Evans can be good here, and so can Lugo. But this was a quick one for me. Just pass under nothing.
Yeah. As much as I have concerns about Evans' form declining, this is a bad lineup he's facing. Kansas City.
This is his perfect spot again. I mean, where he could get, but I think he could just go 5 again and give up one or 2.
Yeah. So it could be a nice little spot for Evans, but like I said, did think there was value initially on KC. All right, final game: Chicago White Sox, LA Dodgers. Shout out to the Clayton Kershaw getting the all-time strikeout record. Not all-time, but moving up into the big-time ranks there in terms of strikeouts last night against the White Sox. They made sure to leave him out there so he could get it done in front of the home fans last night at Dodger Stadium, knowing that I think his next start's going to come on the road. So they wanted to let him get the job done at home last night with the strikeouts, and he did. Tonight it'll be Dustin May for the Dodgers, Aaron Savali for the White Sox. Dodgers -290, home favorites 9 the total in this game. Not a big Savali guy, I'll be flat out honest. He doesn't really do a whole lot to move the needle. 4.74 ERA. He is coming off a better start against the Giants, 1 run, but only went 4 innings and the pitch count got up, and he had issues with his control and his command. 4 walks in that game. It's not what you want to see. That's the problem with the Dodgers. They can be patient, they can draw walks, and then the big bomb, and you're in trouble with guys on base. And the Jays, that's what the Jays did to him. 5 runs, 9 hits. They gave up in the 7-1 loss to the Blue Jays before that, Savali. So I don't trust Savali here. It's a good matchup in theory for this Dodgers lineup. A Dodgers lineup that hit Savali pretty good last year when he was with Milwaukee. Savali gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, and lasted only 5 innings against the Dodgers last year. Meanwhile, Dustin May for the Dodgers, he's just not a shutdown guy. He's usually going to give up 3-4 runs. He's very rarely has he given up less than that this year. And the question is, can we ask the White Sox to contribute enough here offensively? If they get to 4 runs, and they were able to last night, I think this game's going over the total for sure, because I think the Dodgers are going to get to do some damage against Savali in that bullpen. So I'm going to take a shot with over 9, that the Dodgers can have their way and we can get enough from the White Sox here against a guy in Dustin May that usually gives up no fewer than 3 runs in the majority of his recent starts. CMAC final game, what do you think here? White Sox, Dodgers.
I think early, unless Savali just gets jumped on quick, which could happen. The values with the White Sox, again, first 5. Just because May, I know, early on the year he was better at home, but he's had some tough outings lately. It's Savali, the Dodgers. I mean, it's been this way for 6-7 years now. They're the most.
Hey, they cashed the first
team.
5 ticket last night. The White Sox. Yep.
Yeah, White Sox did. So if you look too for the Dodgers, I looked Will Smith. The lineups aren't out yet, so that's the only shitty thing. Hernandez and Pejas were the yard last night, but now we have a lineup out, so can't give anything.
All right.
On those in. Will Smith might be sitting. That's the reason why I say it. 2 for 2, 2 homers, I think, off Savali as well.
Yeah, it's helpful. There's no question it's helpful when you have the lineups in front of you, but we don't always have them at this time as we're doing the show, no doubt, especially for the later games. All right. Like I said, shorter slate for the Thursday, but still an slate of 8 games. CMAC, as far as home run props, anything in the Jack of the Day segment that stands out?
Yeah, I hit on Bellinger, plus 500. Rhys Hoskins as well. Just was great. His RBI is 215. It's telling me, I don't know if there's a ton of runs in that game, but he has the numbers. And those Dodgers late. And same thing with the Giants game. I was looking at Adames. He had some decent numbers, and maybe a couple guys with the D-backs there. Gurriel, Suarez, they had some good numbers there off Ray.
I like Bellinger too for the Yankees. Ben Rice, you mentioned, not a bad option.
Yeah,
I'll throw one out. I'll throw 2 for the Jays. Bichette and Vlad Jr. have both homered off Clark Schmidt.
Is Bichette out though? He's out of the lineup.
He might be.
Think.
You're right. Yeah, he might be. I think there's a chance.
I think he's out.
Yeah, there's a chance he might be, but I believe Vlad is in. Let me just double check here.
Yeah, Bichette's out.
Yeah, Bichette is out. Yeah, so Vladdy though for sure. Vladdy also has a homer against Clark Schmidt. So Vlad Jr., like I said, might be worth a look there as far as that's concerned, no doubt. And then what else? There's some other games too that stand out as far as the home run props. Oh yeah, Angels and Braves. Taylor Ward, I think could get one off of Bryce Elder. That pitch sequencing of Elder matches up well with Taylor Ward and what he hits well, what he sees well. So there's one that stands out for me in that game, no question. Let me see what else here we have. Alonso.
Real quick. Took through the Tigers. Colt Keith. Perez is back. He's hitting third, too, in front of Riley Green. I was looking at him against Jake Irvin. So,
yeah, and by the way, he hits fastballs very well. Irvin throws a lot of fastballs. So from that standpoint, it fits based on what Colt Keith hits pretty well. There's no question. So that's definitely a one worth a look. Lourdes Gurriel, I believe Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Robbie Ray were teammates with the Blue Jays years ago. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. also has a home run against Robbie Ray in the past. And you can get him at plus 600. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. for Arizona tonight to go yard. That might be a nice little, that's definitely a Jack of the Day bargain bin right there. And a guy that should know Robbie Ray pretty well. So that's a nice one there. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in that one. Teoscar Hernandez has a home run against Aaron Savali. So I would assume, he'll be in there tonight. He's in the projected lineup, at least as of now. If he's in the starting lineup, he's probably worth a look too for the LA Dodgers tonight to get a bomb off Savali, which he's been able to do in the past. All right, great stuff. Shout out to the chat before we get to best bets. J-Main 34, Dram Yankee, Newfie Codfather, Redbeard, Justin McKelvey. We appreciate everyone here. GNL Photo, Mark A., Oldie, Daniel Abuna, Brian Elfring, a lot of our familiar names and faces. Team Moss, we appreciate all of you joining us here. Once again, our final show this week. Reminder, usually we have a Friday show and no Thursday show. We went reverse this week. Show today, but none tomorrow for the July 4th Independence Day holiday. So we will be back on Monday with our next show after this one wraps up, which is right now. because we're getting the best bets. C-Mac, what do you like here for your best bet? Final one of the week.
Yo, that game's in a weather delay. Okay, I'm going to stay off it for that. So best bet, plus money again here. Cubs, team total over 2.5, plus 115. Cubbies, get 3 off this lefty.
All right, good stuff indeed. There you go. Cubs first 5, team total over for C-Mac with his best bet for this card. I'm going to go to that Angels and Braves game, over 9, minus 120. Angels, Halos, and Braves. Soriano, not overly counting on him to be dominant from start to finish, coming off a bad outing against the Nationals. That's not a good sign. And Bryce Elder's been horrific. 3 starts in a row. He's gotten absolutely hammered, absolutely crushed. So hoping the Angels can do some damage against a struggling Bryce Elder as well. So Angels, Braves, over 9, minus 120. That is going to be the best bet for me for this Thursday MLB card. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys joining us. We're back on Monday. Next week, it's the final week of MLB action before the All-Star break. So hopefully we'll have a big week next week. Keep the great run going on the diamond. We'll throw in some college football season conference previews coming up the week of the All-Star break and beyond. We'll start to mix in some of that going forward. So excited about that, to talk a little college football again. It's right around the corner. So excited about that. Shout out to everyone. Hit the like button on the way out. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Wednesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. Happy Independence Day to everyone south of the border.
Happy 4th.
States. Happy 4th of July. Have a great holiday. And we'll be back on Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, for another edition of the MLB Hitting the Book Show. Until then, class dismissed.
Peace.